Hello and welcome to this episode of Crate Conversations. I'm very excited to be here with Debbie and Maria from the Brick Women's Club, and we are going to talk about not just about the Women's Club itself, but also about a great project that you all have been working on for the last few months that I believe is launching pretty soon, right?
It is.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So do you want to tell us first a little bit about how you became involved in the Women's Club?
Sure. Yeah. So I was watching a Crate Conversation actually, and saw you were targeting the Women's Club of Brick. Our president was one of your
guest speakers.
guest speakers. Thank you. And I just loved what the Women's Club is all about. Being able to help the community, provide for those that need it. It just spoke to me. So that was what drove me to become part of the Women's Club.
I love it. Fantastic.
And I think as people retire and they're looking for something to be involved in for community and for socialization, it's a great place to get both.
I love it. And I know the club has grown over the last few years, so I'm very excited about that for all of you. And I was very excited when I got the first email asking if I had any interest in doing some kind of scavenger hunt through Brick, and I was all over that. I was very excited about that. So yes, with a capital Y, very excited about that. And then we all got together to talk about the Brick Adventure Quest, right?
Correct.
So, and that's why we're here today. So tell us a little bit about what the Brick Adventure Quest is.
Well, it started as kind of a community project to get people to know Brick, because a lot of people have lived here for years and years, don't know anything about Brick. I venture to guess that most people couldn't tell you there's over 20 parks, trails, and recreation areas.
Right.
And they go to Manasquan or they go to Spring Lake to go walking. And we have all these great things here. They don't even know this building exists.
Right.
And I've been here 33 years, and I come from a place where you go to school and you learn about the history of your town. People here don't learn about the history of their town in school.
Right.
And just thought people should know.
Yeah.
And I think people need family activities that they can do as families, and it kind of combines everything. It gets families out to do something together. They learn about the towns, they learn about services, they learn about what exists right around them.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was a lot of fun working with you to choose some of the places around town that we thought would be appropriate, right, for everyone to go and see. So so basically, how did you set this up? What does it look like?
Yeah, so we were debating on the best mechanism to do this, and what we settled on was an app called Adventure Lab, and it's universal. And you can add events and places within this app, and everyone can access it. It's free, so this whole thing will be free, and you access these different quests. There'll be 4 of them. And you can go around, and it is kind of like a scavenger hunt. And one doesn't necessarily lead to the next one.
Right.
They're independent of each other, but it takes you from one end of town to the other.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. And so coming from someone who didn't grow up in Brick, and a lot of our members are new to Brick, even as we were doing it, we were learning, because there's a lot of, Brick is big. We have 20 minutes, from one end to the next.
To the other,
exactly. So to be able to see everything that Brick offers, it's been eye-opening for us. And so we're excited that we can then allow others to see that as well.
That's awesome. So I know we talked about you have 4 different quests.
Yes.
What are the 4 separate quests that people can do, essentially?
There's history, trails, parks, and
Civic.
Right. Oh, right. And you mentioned, because it's not really a scavenger hunt, it's more of a discover your town, right? So you don't have to do all the quests in one day. You don't even have to do all of the things within a quest in one day, right? You can just look at the quest and say, today we're going to visit this spot, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And how do people, so when you go on to into the Adventure Lab, right? And when you look it up, how do people know where to go? Like what's kind of in there so they know where they should be going to?
Yeah, so we'll provide through our website. We'll provide QR codes that take you directly to each quest.
Okay.
And then it's very self-explanatory once you get into the quest. It'll show you. It has a map at that, and you click on the different places, and you can then launch Google Maps or
Gives you the driving directions.
It gives you the driving directions.
Yeah.
It takes you right there, and then there's a question that
Right.
comes up once you get there. You answer the question, and within the app, it gives you this little electronic postcard.
Like, yeah, you
found it.
completed
Exactly.
the
You
quest,
completed
yeah.
it. And then what we're asking folks to do is we have an email that's brickadventurequest@gmail.com. If they then would send us each of those electronic postcards to prove that they've done it, that they've
right?
completed it. If you complete all 4, then you've achieved the quest.
Fantastic. And I'm happy to participate with this. So anyone in Brick Township that completes the quest, we're going to provide a certificate for a certificate of completion, right?
Nice.
Of like participation and we're looking forward to participate with you as well in this and making this a fun thing for families to do, and a fun way for people to discover all that Brick Township has to offer.
Absolutely.
And like you said, there's a little thing when you get to this, whether it be a park or a trail or someplace within town that you've asked them to go to, you have to actually get to a specific spot to answer the question, right?
You do.
It'll kind of prompt you like, oh, you've arrived.
Correct.
And maybe you're in the parking lot, but that's not really where you need to be to answer the question, right?
You have to
Sometimes.
go find the answer.
Yes.
You have to go find it.
So that's kind of the scavenger hunt part
it
of it,
is.
right?
It is.
So it's not just arriving and like, all right, we made it.
Right.
You're actually going into wherever this, and I'm not going to say the names of any of the places, but you go actually into the area to find what the answer is, which
Exactly.
is kind of the fun scavenger part of it,
It is.
right? Yeah.
And when it comes up, it'll tell you a little bit about the location you're going to. So you'll get a little history and you'll get a little information about the location. And it'll also tell you the other locations that are close.
Right.
So you'll be able to know that, okay, well, this day we could go to these 2 locations that are close.
Right.
And check them off our list. And you have 2 months to complete it.
Right. So when does this actually launch for everyone?
So we're planning to launch it by June 15th.
Okay.
And it'll stay active forever, but in terms of, looking for completion, we're hoping to end that by August 15th. So
Okay.
it gives the whole summer,
You have
basically.
like the whole summer to do it, right?
do
That's a
it.
good thing for families to do during the hot days of summer, right?
Exactly. And really, this is intended as a family activity. We really hope that families will appreciate and enjoy it, and it'll give both the adults and the children
Right.
something to do.
That's such a great way to bring families out. And I'm so grateful that the Women's Club came up with such a great idea. We're always thinking here through our recreation department and parks about how can we bring the community together to do different activities. And this is a great example of one of our civic groups doing this, coming together to do such a great thing. So that's fantastic.
You'll be able to see signs and banners around town.
Yes.
That'll have the logo on it and have www.womensclubofbrick.org,
Okay.
and that you'll be able to go to get the information.
That's great. Yeah, and we also, we mentioned also if you have handouts, we can make sure we make those available to the public, whether it be at the farmer's market, because we have a lot of visitors there, or here in Town Hall through recreation. Those are other ways that we can make that available. And in our e-newsletter, too. Let people know that it's happening. So
Excellent.
That's wonderful. Is there anything else you girls want to share about the Adventure Quest?
I think we covered
We
it.
did cover
I think
it.
you got it all
Yeah,
right.
I think we did, yes.
And then I'm so excited to be working with you. I'm happy that we have this opportunity we got to come together to come up with what we thought were some good ideas for where we thought people might want to visit and see that they might not realize exists, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We appreciate you working
Yeah.
with us.
It was a lot of fun. I had a
Yes.
great time.
Yeah.
So I appreciate all your hard work. We are going to put that information up on the screen for you if you are interested in participating in the Brick Adventure Quest brought to you by the Women's Club of Brick. Please check it out. The information's on the screen, but we also will send that out in our future e-newsletters as well. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on the next great conversation. So that